I am not teaching, I am publicly learning. But hi and welcome to Learning for Life in UK test, part 566, while doing a bit standing yoga. And if you participate in the standing yoga in the second part of the video, that is at your own risk. So we are thinking about doing one video about what you learned about television and radio in the United Kingdom, comedy, films and theatre, all together down in one separate video. My problem with it is now what I found out right now. This will be just information listed down one after the other. This is so much, it doesn't really make sense. It is good to have all these informations together, but not really to watch it. Maybe understand because they are not read up, they are talk like a human would say, but mostly. It's pretty memorized, but it will be then pretty memorized, and just listed down all the facts. I'm just going to say, and there are movies, 5 movies, and there are actors, 5 actors, and comedy developed, and Punch, Private Eye, who was it even? Morecambe and Wise, Varieté. It would be a pretty awesome overview of the development of stage. And you can include Shakespeare also. It would be a really great video, so for the sake of testing it out, I think we're actually going to do it. Okay, there will be nothing new. Firstly, we already did the whole book, and the second thing is, we already did about all these subjects a single video. We just did in the last part about television and radio. So it's not that much to learn. And we have the group pretty good, so it's actually possible to remember what we want to say without any notes, without a book, without anything, without notes. Okay, let's start at the beginning, because that would be the earliest. Now let's start with British comedy. We will start with things with the medieval kings. That's actually also earlier. So we will say that part about medieval kings. Then we're going to say that the jesters at the court making fun. Then we're going to talk about Shakespeare, that he had comic characters. There were political cartoons becoming more popular in the 18th century, then the Punch 1840s. And today the Private Eye, satirical magazines. Morecambe and Wise are, for example, yes, there were comedians already in the music halls. Okay, Morecambe and Wise were comedians in the British music halls in the form of variety theatre, and they then changed over to the television, which had become then the most used form of entertainment in the UK. Situation comedies, sitcoms developed, making fun of family life and relationships. There were the shows that Wars the Week with Wars and Spitting Image and Monty Python's Flying Circus. How do we structure it? When do we say William Shakespeare? I don't want to talk here medieval times and then make a lecture about Shakespeare. And Private Eye in tradition of satire. We're going to bring it in, we're just going to explain it a little bit differently pronounced and a little bit different structure. So in the medieval times there were kings and they had jesters. There was William Shakespeare, and he included comic characters in his works. And we're going to tell a little bit about William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare himself, he was an actor, a playwright and a poet, and he wrote a bunch of different things. For example, Midsummer Nights. That's a bit encyclopedia. But yes, the question is now, if you do it for the sake of testing it out, how it would be to make basically just fact after fact listing on. Why are we now already starting? No, let's put it away with listing of 4 or 5 names. Just say he did the 2 things. Just say he wrote plays. They're already changing the thing. A Midsummer Night's Dream, Hamlet, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet. Let's skip that. Or maybe let's save it at the end. And he wrote a bunch of works. And in his works, they are oftentimes about the monarchy. He also dramatized significant events from the past, but he did not focus solely on kings and queens. He wrote oftentimes about kings and queens, and he often dramatized that. He wrote about ordinary man and woman. And we're not going to list the quotes. And okay, Okay, that's it. Man and woman. For example, did he wrote A Midsummer Night's Dream, Macbeth, Hamlet, and Romeo and Juliet. Or Henry V, as you like it, and so on and so on. That's not important for our video. Just before here. Okay, that's pretty good. That's so complicated video. When you're going to tell that you wrote about ordinary man and woman, and then A Midsummer Night's Dream, Hamlet, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet. Then you're going on. In the 18th century, then, political satire became more popular, making fun of people, The Punch, The Private Eye, Morecambe and the Wise, music halls and theatre, television, sitcoms, What Was the Wicked War, Spitting Image, Monty Python's Flying Circus, progressive comedy, and stand-up comedy. I didn't mention that in the last part. Stand-up comedy. Now, let's go not going far. And The Private Eye making satire. Then movies started to be done in 1896. And there were people like Charlie Chaplin working. No, that doesn't really make sense. There were movies done. And they became popular fastly from the first started screening on 1896. And during the Second World War in the 1940s, there were movies like In Which We Serve, playing an important part in boosting the moral. And during the time, there were people working as comedians in British music halls. For example, Morecambe and Wise. And they then switched over to television, which then had become the most used source for entertainment. Also in the 1560s, Passport to Pimlico, The Lady Killers and Carry On movies were made. And we wanted to include theatre. In the 50s, Dame Agatha Christie's Moses Trap started to be played in theatres. We're gonna list it. Maybe just gonna start it and see the note. It would make more sense to list it there. Theatres, The Moses Trap, Theatreland, West End of London, Dame Agatha Christie, Longest Show Journey. The theatre of the West End of London is known as Theatreland. Theatres are important. Where Gilbert and Sullivan writing HMS Pinafore, The Pirates of Penzance and Mikado. And when you're going to talk about... It's not that complicated. It works. About situation comedies and also then pantomime. And when about situation comedies, when the was Wicked Wars, Monty Python's Flying Circus, Spitting Image, then situation comedies and pantomime in theatres. And we don't need all that. And when you're going to tell about the movies, just that there are actors like Sir Lawrence Oliver, David Niven, Sir Rex Harrison, Richard Burton, or more recent, who have won Oscars, Colin Firth, Sir Infant. That's it. I at one time annotated that Michael Caine was not named here, Sir Michael Caine, and the rest of the actors. It is possible that he never won an Oscar. So that's why I not included in this. So Anthony Hopkins, Dame Judi Dench, Kate Winslet and Tilda Swinton. And stand-up comedies have become more popular, and BAFTA is the British equivalent to the Oscars. But it doesn't make sense to say that. It doesn't make it. And what we had else, theatre, there was nothing else. When Shakespeare not. Television, we forgot to mention the television. We could say that again because there's nothing historical listed. And when we get on the end or big cultural part of saying that we have to pay the TV license. Okay, I think we're pretty close to the video. Wherever we are, we will continue there in the next video with preparing our big video about film, television, theatre, and William Shakespeare. Film, television, theatre, and radio. Also, if you're here to continue rehearsing our video, or preparing and rehearsing our video, you can go directly to the next part. We will do now the standing yoga. And if you participate in the standing yoga, that is at home. You're having your feet standing together and you're doing the eagle swings. Breathing in and lifting your arms up. And breathing out and bringing the arms down. It would be just funny to say that. Not really in a planned manner, but more in a funny planned manner. And we're lifting the arms up, breathing in, and out the arms up. And now bring the arms up and we're doing the crab in the morning. Close the hands and bring the arms back and open the chest to the sky. Breathe in and lift the arms up. And breathe out again down with the arms up, chest to the sky. Again in the arms up. And out, we're leaning back. We're doing the read in the bend. Breathe in, the arms up again. And out, we're leaning a second time back. And again in the middle. And now out, we're opening the arms to the side. And breathe in, the arms up again. And out, the arms opening to the other side. Breathe in, the arms up. And we're making an inch-wide space between the toes. Breathing out and opening the arms again to one side. Breathe again in, the arms up. And out, we're sinking down into a chair. Breathe in and come up again. And out, open again to one side. Breathe in and bring the arms up. And out, open to the other side. No, first down into the chair. And breathe in, up again. And now out and out to the side. Breathe in, the arms up. And out again, down into the chair. Breathe in and come halfway up. Come higher. And out, we're coming up. Breathe again in. And out, up to the side. Breathe in and bring the arms up. And out again, down into the chair. Breathe in and come halfway up. Higher up. And out, we're coming up. Now breathe in and come up on the tiptoes. And breathe out, we're sinking down on tiptoes into the full chin. And breathe in and we come up again. And out, we're sinking down again. And breathe in and come up again. And out, we bring the heels down. We're doing down diving swan. We're closing the feet and we are just down. And now we're doing the marmot. Breathe in and bend the right leg. And breathe out and stretch the left leg. Breathe in and change. And out and stretch the right leg. Breathe in and change. And out and stretch the left leg. Breathe in and change. And out. And breathe in. And both legs straight out. We're doing the penguin. Breathe in and lift the right arm up to the sky. Breathe out, bend the left knee, look over the right shoulder to the right hand. Breathe in, bring the arm again in. And out and down. Breathe in, open the left arm to the sky. Breathe out, bend the right knee and look over the left shoulder to the left hand. Breathe in and bring the arm again down. And out and down. We're doing the pelican. Make a hand with space between the feet. Shift the weight to the heels. And breathe in and go down. And out and up again. Again, in and down. And out and up. Again, in and down. And out and up. One last time, in and down. And out and up. Now take hold on the elbows, whichever is counterweight, and gently swing from side to side. Hands again down, feet together. We're breathing in, we're coming halfway up with a straight back, monkey half lift. And out and again down. Breathe in again into monkey half lift. And out again down. And breathing in, we're doing the up diving swan. And we're breathing out, we're letting the arms over the sides down. And breathe in and lift the arms again up. And breathe out again down. Breathe in and lift the arms up. Close the hands and bring the hands down to heart center. That was my standing yoga. I thank you very much and until the next time.